Moments before a dog is left alone can silently shape its emotional state for the entire time the house stays empty. Across millions of households, a single unnoticed habit triggers anxiety, worry, and deep confusion without owners ever realizing the long-term effects. In this video, the focus is on the behaviors that should be avoided at all costs. And the keyword, "never do this before leaving your dog alone," serves as a powerful reminder of how sensitive dogs truly are. As the explanations unfold, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for upcoming insightful content. Number 10. Leaving in a rush. A rushed exit sends a wave of tension through the home, and dogs immediately pick up on that sudden shift in energy. Quick movements, loud noises, and last-minute scrambling create emotional instability before the owner even reaches the door. This pattern causes the dog to associate departure with high stress, which can lead to pacing, whining, scratching, and nervous waiting. Over time, this becomes a learned fear response where the dog begins feeling anxious long before the actual separation occurs. A calm, unhurried departure prevents these emotional spikes. When movements stay slow, voices remain steady, and preparation is completed early, the dog experiences neutrality instead of panic. This small change lays the foundation for a healthier and more relaxed mindset every time the owner steps outside. Number 9. Overexcited goodbyes. Many owners try to comfort their dogs by showering them with affection right before leaving, but this creates the opposite effect. Emotional intensity rises rapidly when goodbyes become dramatic, causing dogs to experience a sharp contrast between closeness and sudden isolation. This roller coaster of emotions leaves the dog confused and deeply unsettled as soon as the door closes. Keeping goodbyes calm and neutral helps the dog accept separation as a normal part of the routine. When the departure moment feels ordinary instead of emotional, the dog develops more confidence and stability. A neutral exit communicates safety, predictability, and trust. 3 key factors in preventing separation stress. Number 8. Forgetting to adjust the environment. A dog's comfort level is heavily influenced by the environment left behind. When the space feels cold, silent, empty, or uncomfortable, the dog may interpret the situation as unsafe. Lack of light, unfamiliar noises from outside, or a room that feels too confined can all create emotional discomfort, especially during long periods alone. Setting the environment properly makes a dramatic difference. Soft lighting, a comfortable resting place, familiar scents, and a quiet background sound help the dog feel grounded. When the surroundings remain predictable and comforting, the dog is far less likely to become distressed. The right environment communicates security without a single word. Number 7. Ignoring pre-leave mental stimulation. Many dogs become restless, destructive, or hyperactive when left alone, not because of sadness, but because their energy was never released before the departure. Without mental stimulation, the dog's mind remains busy and unfulfilled, leading to frustration that gets directed toward chewing, barking, or running around aimlessly. Providing mental engagement before leaving creates emotional balance. Sniffing activities, puzzle toys, simple training exercises, or even slow exploration time helps the dog unwind and shift into a calm state. When the mind is satisfied, the dog handles solitude far better and remains relaxed for much longer. Number 6. Leaving without any predictable routine. Dogs thrive on structure, and unpredictability creates confusion. When departure times, feeding schedules, walks, or pre-leave actions change constantly, dogs struggle to understand what is happening and why. This uncertainty breeds anxiety, making the dog more alert, more dependent, and more emotionally sensitive each time the door closes. A simple routine solves this problem. When the dog learns the same sequence each day, settling down, receiving calm cues, and watching the owner prepare without tension, the animal builds trust in the process. Predictability reduces fear, increases confidence, and turns separation from a stressful event into a familiar, manageable part of life. Number 5. Leaving with built-up energy or excitement. Dogs often sense departures long before the door opens, and this anticipation can create a spike in excitement or nervous energy. When that energy is not released, the dog is left in a heightened emotional state that carries on for hours. This leads to pacing, barking, destructive chewing, and constant waiting near the door. Emotional tension builds because the dog has no healthy outlet to process the energy locked inside. Allowing the dog to settle through a calm walk, gentle play, or controlled sniffing time helps transition the mind and body into a relaxed state. When the dog releases stored excitement before being left alone, the overall emotional balance improves dramatically. A calm dog handles separation better, rests more easily, and does not stay mentally stuck on the departure moment. Number 4. Removing all sources of comfort. Some owners unintentionally take away the very items that help a dog feel secure when left alone, such as a favorite blanket, a familiar toy, or a comfortable resting spot. Without these anchors of comfort, the dog may feel exposed, disconnected, or unsettled. This emotional gap becomes stronger when the dog is already sensitive to changes in routine. Leaving behind comforting items offers emotional stability. A soft blanket, a familiar smell, or a quiet resting zone reminds the dog of safety. These small elements create a sense of continuity, which is extremely important for dogs that experience even mild separation worry. The presence of comfort objects reduces stress and allows the dog to handle solitude with confidence. Number 3. Making departure sounds too obvious. Dogs quickly pick up on patterns, and certain sounds become instant triggers. Keys jingling, shoes being tied, bags being zipped, or the door lock clicking can signal an upcoming separation. Over time, these sounds build emotional tension, causing the dog to react long before the owner actually leaves. Whining, following closely, or showing anxious body language becomes routine because the audio cues create anticipation. Reducing these triggers or masking the sounds helps weaken the emotional association. Preparing items earlier, keeping noises gentler, or creating variation in patterns teaches the dog that these sounds do not always predict isolation. When the emotional link breaks, the dog becomes far calmer, and the departure process becomes less stressful. Number 2. Leaving without offering emotional closure. Dogs benefit greatly from calm transitions. When the owner leaves abruptly, without allowing a moment of emotional grounding, the dog is left uncertain about what is happening. This uncertainty can lead to stress signals such as trembling, barking, pacing, or staring at the door for long periods. Dogs thrive on feeling connected and safe, and without gentle closure, the separation feels more sudden and unsettling. Providing closure does not mean dramatic goodbyes. A calm, steady presence, quiet body language, and a neutral tone help reassure the dog without overstimulating emotions. This steady transition communicates that everything is safe and predictable. Dogs who receive this sense of calmness before separation show stronger emotional resilience and adjust far more easily during alone time. Number 1. Punishing the dog before leaving. This is one of the most damaging mistakes anyone can make. Punishment right before leaving creates fear, confusion, and emotional insecurity that can last long after the door closes. Dogs cannot connect the punishment to past behavior the way humans do. Instead, they associate the owner's departure with negative feelings. The result is deep emotional distress, separation anxiety, and long-term behavioral problems. A dog must never be left with fear as its final emotional experience. Positive reinforcement, gentle guidance, and calm direction create trust and stability. When the dog feels safe during the moments leading up to separation, the time alone becomes manageable and emotionally healthy. Removing fear from the pre-leave routine is one of the most important things any dog owner can do. Understanding what a dog feels in the final moments before being left alone can transform its entire emotional world. Each small change in routine, energy, and environment has the power to either build confidence or create unnecessary stress. By avoiding these common mistakes and adopting calmer, more supportive habits, every dog can experience a safer and more peaceful time at home. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for upcoming helpful videos.